Hello and welcome to today's twin flame reading for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine and the current union energy going on for your union with all of life and your twin flame union included in that, and perhaps with the recent Leo new moon, and also with Mercury moving on into Virgo. You might be feeling extra kind of driven and sort of like this nice balance of practicality meets the creativity that was really sparked and that you might have brought to a new level with the Leo new moon. And so yeah, Mercury in Virgo really offers some more kind of like practical, grounded solutions, and that ability to kind of analyze, because Mercury itself is, very changeable and everything, but the version of it that is Virgo is more grounded and has like that nice ability to really get you where you need to go. Again, that practical solution. So you can just feel into that and really call that in, the feeling of having that that resolve, and peace in your life, where it is where love is calling you to go within at this time and really bring resolve there. And that is how you really attract deeper levels of solution to you, whatever it is that is seemingly any kind of problem or unresolved issue in your life. Just don't worry, there is a solution to it, and as long as you choose that, you'll just keep on receiving those open doors in the next step. So let's get started with the reading. So I have Eternal Crystal cards by Jade Sky, and I have one Rumi card today to kind of tie it all together. And I thought it would be nice to see what the Rumi card has to say about Mercury moving in to Virgo at this particular time. And of course, if you know that you have your Mercury in Virgo in your chart or anything like that, or you are a Virgo, we're almost in Virgo season, it can be fun to really take all these things into account and how they affect you, and helpful too, not just fun, but also helpful. So yeah, all right. Well, the first card we're going to do is the Divine Masculine's card, and some nice rose quartz today. I feel like I can feel this rose quartz today. It's so hot here near LA. There's kind of a heat warning, kind of thing in effect. So the energy of these crystals, it feels extra kind of soothing. So, if you're anywhere where it's hot out, you might want to, maybe that's helpful to you. But yeah, so in turquoise for the Divine Masculine, and this is a really nice cooling kind of energy too, and it's throat chakra oriented, and the word here is balance, throat and heart chakra. And yeah, it is about the heart chakra too, as it's kind of mixed with green. That's the whole kind of definition of the color turquoise, right? Green and blue, kind of that specific combo. And so yeah, but it's very I always think of it as a very soothing stone. It's very beautiful, soothing, and it is definitely opening to that area. Sometimes I'll just wear turquoise earrings with that specific intention, oh, I know I'm gonna be talking today or something, and that I kind of am gonna enjoy that, having that energy near me. So yeah, it's a time for the Divine Masculine to just let that flow, really be more trying to think of another word besides flow. I just can't think of the word I'm looking for, which is funny because that's what this card is about, is opening up that communication, right? And really speaking from your heart, and also listening from your heart too, but then it travels from your heart through your throat chakra and words. So yeah, it's about tapping into that. And as the Divine Feminine, you can really just even feel into that for yourself or hold space to, and just know that like there's a healing going on in your union of communication. So that feels really good. And yeah, kind of like, I mean, almost like more of a casual flow, you know, like not needing to express even those deep emotions of kind of profound love in anything, but like, you know, just a simple whatever you feel like saying right now in this moment is perfect. Whatever you feel like doing to express your love or express any other kind of emotion or feeling is just, you know, what you can do right now, and that's enough. You know, you don't need to wait until you have like the right words to say, or like, you know, you get it just right. Like you can really let go of that perfectionism, and that is also something particular to Virgo. And so Mercury in Virgo, what I'm getting, you know, for the divine masculine is this is going to help kind of to clear some of those perfectionist blocks, if that's something that you face. I feel like, I mean, I don't know if you can go through life without like having a perfectionist block at some point, like, you know, with where consciousness is at on Earth. But if that's not something you've experienced, that's awesome, way to go. But we all have this in different ways, but some people like to, you know, varying degrees. And at the same time, we don't have it because it's not like, you don't need to have a block, right? Like it's an illusion. So you just can align to the truth and completely let go of that need to wait until something is perfect, but just keep going, you know, from where you're at. And that's how you really reach perfection, is recognizing the perfection is already with you. Same thing with harmonious union, you know, you recognize that's already within you and you just keep moving toward that. So yes, it's nice. Really loving turquoise right now. Okay, so the Divine Feminine's card, we just had the new moon, is a moonstone, moon cycles, crown chakra. So to me, this is like an extra kind of reminder to pay attention to your sleep patterns, pay attention to like the rhythms of your life, the rhythms of your physical needs. And so this is where like the moon and the energy of the moon becomes more grounded, like in these rhythms, because I think, you know, the moon and talking about the moon and all these things can sound a little bit more like, ooh, energy, you know, what does that mean? But the moon is actually like a super grounding force. And, you know, you think about the way the tides work and all the, you know, the water systems in the world and how everything has a relationship with the moon, and so do you. And yeah, I mean, you know, obviously like men and women both have a relationship with the moon, but for women, you know, that's very particular to like, you know, perhaps your cycle, and also it's associated with feminine energy, so in mothering and things like that. So you can just tap into like, you know, your personal relationship with the moon too. Like, how do you like to even interact with the actual moon? You know, do you like to go out at night occasionally and look up at it? Do you ever think about the moon? What feelings come up around it? Because, yeah, these kinds of like ways of just relating to the world can be really helpful in just in like shining light within. And it's like this big energy body that we all know about. Like we all have a relationship with the moon in one way or another. So it's nice to see that on a collective level, and then on a personal level, like your personal relationship. And yeah, again, just like going back to those rhythms. So remembering the importance of balance in your life from that perspective. So I feel like the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine are both working on cycles and balance right now. And again, that does relate to Mercury moving into Virgo too, and kind of this like organization going on, reorganizing. And the labradorite kind of it reminds me of Mercury in a way, the element, because it has this like very changeable visual to it. Labradorite does, depending on how you move it around, which if you watch my readings sometimes you might notice that I do that with that stone, but that's the particular reason I'm doing it today. So Unikite, live in the present. I love getting this message. It's always really like relieving and grounding, like, hi, hello, what are you thinking about over there and over here? Like, come back. Come back to center. You don't need to do anything complicated. You don't need to try to wrap your mind around what's gonna happen when you haven't really like fully grounded into the present moment. Because then when you're in the present moment and living from that space, it's a lot easier to attract everything to you that you need to continue flourishing in the ever-changing present moment. So this is a very important message. And it's also heart chakra oriented, so you can really like tap into that in your heart and remember to access that place and to really take care of your heart chakra, right? Like, it's just a really, it's like a very important center, and there's a reason why your heart chakra is associated with love, and it's very intelligent too. So it's not just about like, it's not like your emotions and your thoughts are separate. So when you're attending to your emotions and your feelings, you're able to think more clearly too, and everything can ground properly. And you can experience all the levels. So, okay, we have our final card here, and I'm pretty excited about it. Ooh, Whirling Goddess, number 30. So this is kind of an indicator to let loose a little bit, to not be so caught up in what you need to do over here and over here. So if you find yourself that you've been compartmentalizing or overly concerned about something, this is indicating that it's time to really surrender more deeply. And surrender requires trust, right? So it's an opportunity to build more trust in your relationship with the divine and to surrender into that. So I'm going to read a little bit. This poem is very short. It says, lose your head, not a single thread that has a head can go through the eye of the needle. Rumi. So I think about, not necessarily this quote, although I guess it comes maybe from this quote, but I think about this a lot, this analogy, or like this visual even, of putting a thread through the head of a needle, because it's one of those things, like, it's gonna happen, you can do it, but sometimes it takes it really takes surrendering. You keep on trying to control and do it, and then you finally get it when you relax. It's able to just work itself out, or maybe you needed a different thread or whatever it is, but it always works out, and it's a really lovely moment. If you've ever sewn before in your life, if not, I highly recommend at least just trying it, once, because it's a pretty satisfying thing to do, like to mend a piece of clothing or just to sew on a button, even if it doesn't turn out that well, it's still fun. Just have to be careful with the needle, obviously. But it also reminds me of an Eminem. Isn't that an Eminem song? Lose Your Head in the music, something like that, yeah. So I don't know if he maybe got that from Rumi originally, but in any case, that's quite a tangent. So I'm going to read a little bit of this. There is somewhere you are meant to be. It is here now in this moment. Wow, so related to this card, live in the present. There is a gift right under your nose and fragrant wine in your glass, gleaming red as the most precious rubies. To be here now, you must pass through the keyhole, but your head will tell you this is not possible. unless the door is unlocked, even though your body is passing through the keyhole of that locked door into the endless world beyond. Leave your mind to be in its struggles for a moment without you laying witness to it. Your mind will become like the dog howling for his master's return, even as he steps out the front door. Frustrated temporarily, he will chew on some shoes, then fall asleep peacefully until his master returns. So leave your mind trusting, chewing a little until you are truly through the keyhole when it can rest. Leave it be instead. Come dance with me. This oracle brings you a message. You are at the point of growth where your mind can hold you back rather than urge you forward. I'm going to skip ahead. You are ready, you see, sweet soul dancer. You are ready to live beyond what you know, to have it not matter if you don't understand how life can work itself out, or how it could be that someone so normal and ordinary as you and I could also be so magnificent, wild, and divine. Let's read a little bit more. This oracle brings you a special message. If there is an issue apparently unsolvable or unknowable in your life now, the divine is handling it. The divine is in the middle of it, working through the knot and unraveling it. Fear not, do the sacred ritual, give yourself permission to take the night off from worry, repeat the heavenly prescription daily as needed. Okay, well, since it's, said that right there, I'll just read the sacred honoring ritual to you too. It says, say aloud, I give my heart permission to lead this dance. I give my mind some time off. No more worry or doubt, planning or resisting. Instead, I surrender. Instead, I open. Instead, I allow. And all unfolds with perfection, divine timing, and the miracle of grace. With Rumi as my sole witness, so be it. You have completed your honoring ritual. So, yeah, that's a really powerful message and such a good reminder, yes, to live in the present, to surrender. And remember, this card was the specific intention was to see how it applies to Mercury moving into Virgo, and like what the divine's message was, for that and for this time. And so the message here that I'm getting through, those words and everything, and the picture is to, let the solutions come to you. Surrender to that. Like, you aren't the one who needs to come up with something. You're not separate from the divine. The divine always is coming through you with the solution anyway. So any real truth, any real solution is something that you always share with the collective consciousness, because we are all one. And it's certainly something that you share at the core, with your twin flame. So your specific, unique essence and soul design in a way of receiving information that is that in a way that you're able to apply it for your specific life purpose. It's going to be unique, but again, it's not something that you need to figure out and wrap your mind around. It's something that really can come to you. And it doesn't mean stop researching if you want to research something or anything like that. I mean, that's all you interacting with the universe as well. But yeah, just open your heart to receiving information there, because when you're emotionally in touch with what it is that you're receiving in the guidance, then it actually is much more grounded and clear to also understand the logic and the intellectual kind of properties of the information that you're receiving, and it's easier for you to go ahead and apply that completely in your life. So yeah, time to kind of let loose, surrender. Like it said, maybe take the night off, if that feels good to you. That could really just be a good idea. And it was saying something about kind of forgetting what's going on in your mind, and I want to take that one step kind of deeper and just say you can drop whatever it is that's going into your mind, like into your heart space, and anything that doesn't really like do that, you know, like anything that's based in control, any kind of thought or anything like that, you can completely release it and let it go and surrender it. And just know that like you're safe in doing that, like you're not letting go of your good in any way. Like, you know, you can still go ahead and make that to-do list if you need to, or, you know, whatever it is. But sometimes you need to like kind of completely drop everything down into your heart space first, and then you can really allow the divine to, you know, do that high level of perfection for you, and put things in divine order for you, and then that gets revealed to you. And you know, if you, the more you trust and have that kind of relationship with source, with God, you know, with the universe, then the easier that whole process is going to become. So it's just something like, it's part of the ascension process. It's part of harmonizing your union too. So cool. Okay. Very nice reading. Love all the colors too. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again real soon. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and yeah, check out the links below. Oh, that was one thing I did want to mention. If you stuck around for the end of the reading, just know that the Twin Flames universe is having a really good deal on everything until August 23rd, like Twin Flame Ascension School, which does guarantee harmonious union. And you know, it's like you just watch the classes and you kind of passively and actively participate just by like doing the inner work and taking in the information. So it's a really easy and simple process. And when you do sign up, I do offer sessions for that with any of their products. So just you know, keep that in mind. Did I already say the prices go up August 23rd? Quite a bit. So you can also contact me by email if this sounds even interesting to you. Of course, there's, you know, you can always ask a question. There's no obligation just in asking a question, right? But I really highly recommend it. And yeah, so I just wanted to mention that. And like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you have not yet, and you want to be in the know like every time I'm putting out new readings and new videos. Okay, take care. Love you. Bye.